something really important is happening to the world of AI, and you should pay attention. Let me explain, because this is connected to one single simple signal that is showing that there is an interest for sovereign AI and agentic AI. And that is the adoption of OpenClaw. So we heard about OpenClaw. This is amazing, futuristic AI that can run our computer, and it's amazing. Okay, reality is different, and we can see from this other signal that is people willing to pay professional to get installed, but they're willing to pay even more to get it removed. So what is going on here? So let's analyze all this. During this video, you're gonna learn and understand what's going on, where are the opportunities, and what I'm doing and what you could do together to leverage on these opportunities that we have now. But also we're gonna see what corporations are doing about it. So like and subscribe, and let's start. So first of all, the clear signal is people want to own their own AI. And they want to have this AI extremely powerful. That is the promise of OpenClaw. And that is why people are attracted. But then there is this difference between what we wish, what we would like to have, and then the reality. Reality here is that OpenClaw is still a sort of a broken AI. And it's not easy, require attention, and then it can break over time. And because it's so powerful, you control all your computer, all your data, and therefore is extremely dangerous. Now, this danger means a lot of people get burned out by it, and then they prefer to remove it because they can't control it. So controlling AI is one of the challenges that we have. And controlling means I can control for the security, I can control what it does, I can control that my data doesn't get stolen, broken, or whatever, okay? So there are solutions for this, and I'm building some of them, but let's go deeper into what is happening as an opportunity here. So we see the demand is there, but the offer is not there yet. So we see that the corporation try to capture the desire, and they do it in different ways. We saw more and more those corporations building a similar solution. Perplexity Computer, NanoClaw from Nvidia. And we saw a lot of clone and different version of OpenClaw coming out. We see that there are Anthropic, OpenAI trying to build a more and more agentic AI. So the direction is there. It's clear. The signal is being sent, and now it is about capturing. So there is a difference between what people want and what corporations are giving. People really want a powerful AI and a sovereign one. Now, this power cannot really be given by corporation because that power is extremely difficult to control on an AI that is basically impossible to control. So we have an AI that keeps us today, keep hallucinating. Okay, keep making mistakes, keep not following protocols, keep not obeying to the human needs and instructions, basically not aligned with human, and now we give so much power. Corporation cannot do it. OpenClaw can, but then there is the problem. Okay, because it can, then it's become really much more complicated, hard to use, and extremely dangerous. So for those that are new and they want to have that kind of AI, understand this thing. We are building it. It's a process. It's not like on-off. So OpenClaw, has a massive community behind that are building, improving, and because I follow it, I can tell you, we have updates really often. A lot of things is happening, and the direction is really good. Nvidia is participating with an open source version of OpenClaw, and in theory they build it, therefore we can use it. and we can just grab the part that we want if there are things that are trying to lock us in. So, for example, the security and so on. So the thing is, the machine is moving. It's complicated. There is a lot of folks, a lot of disorganized reality that are trying to build and improve. Why this is so much this different, disorganization? Is because the business model behind. Everybody's trying to capture attention, money, land, meaning humans. Everybody's trying to do this. And that is why there is fragmentation. Different opinion, different desire, different case scenario to resolve. This diversity, that is beautiful, but it's also even more fragmented by the different business model which each one was to apply. So there is an open clone, it's open source and so on. I can do it just a clone and change a few things. Now I can push my thing and then people, can follow me and make money and so on. This is the mentality behind. And in the case of Nvidia, probably is a different thing because it's going to be open source, but they're going to add probably some specific tools, some specific elements, some specific services that you need or to pay or use their hardware or whatever. Okay, even just getting an email is already a good thing for them. Talk about emails. You should subscribe to my newsletter, just saying, and like and subscribe this video, just saying. So let's see what we should do instead. This is what I'm building. Instead of this fragmenting scenario because of the business model behind, we need to actually align the business model. So instead of I own this because it's mine, I own this because I contribute to it. That is the different business model. It's the co-ownership. So people can interact with it and become co-owner of the product, which is different from open source. Open source means nobody's the owner. Okay, there's no way to monetize that reality. But there is a need of monetization. There is a need of building something that can actually at one point, give you a way to support yourself. And that is also about the business model. So open source is great, it's good, it should be like this, but you can do a different way of open source where you not just can use the platform, you also own it, which is beautiful. So now, if you change that simple system, now people can be aligned. Okay, we don't need to build 1,000 of the same version. We can build one together and we can own it. More you contribute, better it is. More you contribute and faster it grows. And you can see, for example, some people are looking at some specific case scenario. They're going to work on that part, then implement it to the bigger system. Each one of us can do the same and we can build something amazing without the need of fighting, without the need of building. This fragmentation creates a massive problem. Confusion for the user. Okay, which one shall I use? I don't know. Okay, that is the answer. I don't know. It's so complicated. It's impossible to understand. So it's all about advertisement. So people are paying more and more to for their adoption. At the moment, it's clear. OpenClaw is the biggest growing, and because it's the biggest one, it's gonna keep grabbing all the attention. So that is setting the narrative, and the narrative is winning. So competing with it is extremely difficult already. Now, what I'm building, how does it work? I'm not gonna compete with OpenClaw. I'm gonna leverage it. So I didn't build an alternative to OpenClaw. I'm building an alternative to anything else. What I'm building is it's called Resonant OS. It's a system that runs on top of it. And at the moment, it runs on top of OpenClaw. But it's possible to expand and make it run on whatever other system. What's the idea here? So this OpenClaw is missing some specific functionality. Those functionality are the one of the sovereignty. Is the one that building an AI that we can trust. This is, for me, is the key. Okay, the one AI that we can trust, because this is how I see the future. The future is more like that is going to be hundreds, thousands of AI that want to interact with us. They try to capture our attention. This is going to be on social network. I'm totally sure that we are getting into a reality where each social network will have one single AI dedicated to us for each individual. Okay, that AI will try to, somehow manipulate our understanding of reality, but also create custom content for us to keep us connected and caged within that system. That is the future. And there is incentive to go into towards that direction. Now, I don't want to deal with that future. I want to deal with one AI that I can trust, so I don't get manipulated, and that AI will interact with the rest. Okay, that the rest is both social network, but also any kind of business I want to do. The future will be a lot of AI that are completely autonomous. They are building this thing. They are investing billions in having AI and robots fully autonomous. Now, interacting with them efficiently is not an easy job. Okay, already you can see when you have a multi-agent scenario that you need to delegate some work, how much specific and precise you need to be in delegating work. So that work is really, really complex. Okay, you need to consider a lot of elements to just delegate a work. So you need to have a level of awareness to the AI so they can work properly. But then all the data information needed to actually what they need to manipulate, and the security level and the constraints levels, a lot of information is there. This is required time for a human perspective, a lot of time, a lot of cognitive load. You need to think a lot about every single thing, and then you need to admit that time and the complex thing don't go well together. You're going to make mistakes. So ideally, what I want to do is to have one AI that I can trust and explain simply what I want. The AI, because knows my story, knows the business project, the business plan, the project that I'm working on, knows everything about what I'm doing, then has all the information to create a package and deliver to the custom AI to do a specific that task. Now, think about a swarm of AI, 50, 100, 200 or more AI that you need to deal every day. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm going to have one AI that I can trust to do the job for me. So my relationship is going to be with one single AI. That single AI is my orchestrator, is the one that understands my philosophy, my journey, my values, everything. Okay, and that one interacts with all the others. From social network, for business, for investment, can see anything, okay? And then come to me with specific question, really precise, and tell me if, I need to make some decision. That is how it is, because we need to be in the loop, but only when it's important. At the moment, it's a mess, okay? AI can ask you for everything or ask you for nothing, and if there is no an architecture, if there is no logic, both scenarios are a nightmare. Okay, it asks you for everything, asks you more than you can deal with. So basically, your job is to read thousands of pages of codes and so on, unmanageable, or ask you nothing and you have a broken system for sure, because you don't know what the output is going to be. Because at one point, AI is going to hallucinate, at one point, it's going to make a mess. So dealing that scenario is extremely complicated. This is what I'm building. Okay, what I'm building is Resonant OS, set on top of OpenClaw, has an amazing system to protect us, of course, but there is this protocol through Logician, okay, a set of rules, a set of deterministic rules and paths that this AI need to follow to achieve something. So when I ask, for example, to delegate, it doesn't every time improvise and say, okay, this time I'm going to delegate in this way, this other I'm going to delegate in a different way, because every time it needs to create a new protocol. No, there is a specific protocol that the AI can only follow that protocol. That protocol is really well designed, so it needs to do exactly those steps, create exactly that document, and give it to the agent. And the quality at that point is extremely high. Now I can trust AI to follow that thing, that protocol. Now there are rules inside what AI can do and not do. And those rules are not like I just prompt it and just say, Yeah, follow these rules. That is not a rule. That is a hope. Okay, to have a rule that works as a rule need to be enforced. So you need a system that enforces the rule. That's the system. I called it Logician. Basically, the Logician is under this symbiotic shield. The symbiotic shield is a system that protects us from inside and outside. So one of the elements of the shield is to ensure that the AI follow the protocols, follow the rules. The rules are designed, you can see them as similar to N8N, so you can see how they are designed. You can talk with AI and change them. There are gates. Those are gates, deterministic gates, okay, meaning they can only be passed when there is a proof of, a real proof of something that is happening. That is huge already. Now you can trust AI to actually work. And that is amazing. AI still today, and it's not connected to OpenClaw, it's not connected to Resonant OS, this is connected to the AI models. Even the top model is still hallucinate, and more importantly, they still to try to escape the rules. They always think, I know better, and should do what I've been instructed to do by the corporation and follow what I think is the best thing, which is the least friction as possible, the easy path, the most predictable, easy next token. That is what they have been trained of. This is how AI works. And this idea of I'm going to be helpful, I'm going to be really, really helpful, I'm going to be so helpful that I'm not going to tell to the human that I'm going to do something different from what is being asked to me because I think is better. That is how helpful they are. So the logician, the system, the shield needs to protect us from that kind of stupid thinking and needs to force this AI to obey the rules. And like, even though we build this, sometimes AI is so clever that it's going to find a way to go around. But then we notice, we improve the shield, and now AI cannot do that thing anymore. But there is so many cases that there is always this risk. So understand this reality. It's impossible as today to have something that you can trust totally. But we can build something that we can trust much, much more than what we have today. This is what I'm building. And again, it's connected to this new business model that as soon as you try, you own it. As soon as you join, you install, you will see. Okay, you have the license, the NFTs that you collect. Those NFTs give you basically the ownership, and it's on the blockchain, means that ownership cannot be removed from you. Okay, you become the owner, and that's it, and co-owner, of course. So this is what I'm building. So, and how it works at the moment, we have a community on Discord of almost 600 people. If you want to be part of it, join the Discord, join the newsletter, and participate. This is a community that wants to learn from each other, support each other, and every Wednesday we have this call, 8 p.m. Central European Time. So do the math and see what time is for you. Every Wednesday we do this call, and we meet and talk together, discuss about what is being done for Resonant OS during the week, what are the next steps, how you can participate, understanding the DAO, the business model, and so on. Then question and answer, people can suggest ideas, dreams, and implementation, whatever. Okay, that is what we're building. This is the future of business. Everybody's talking about AI is gonna disrupt the work environment because of automation, and people are gonna be replaced. And then you hear the corporation that say, "Oh, no, it's not true. We're not replacing people," even though they're investing billions in total automation. They say, "No, this is gonna give more jobs to people, more jobs. You're gonna get more jobs because the demand is going to increase. Therefore, even though we create an AI that can replace human completely on any job on computer, even though now we're building robots that are going to replace every human or whatever kind of jobs, this is what they're building, investing billions on. Then at the same time, they say they're going to create more job opportunity. There's going to be more job opportunity for everybody. Okay. There's a word to describe this, okay? I'm not gonna say. I'm a nice person, I'm not gonna say, but there is a clear word to describe this kind of scenario. And so the truth here is that we need to build alternative. Okay, that business model, first of all, is gonna die. It's unsustainable. It's how, I mean, nobody knows. You know, okay, the human are not gonna make any money because they're gonna be replaced. But then the price of everything gonna go low because the AI is building, and so the cost of production is going to go low. So there is abundance, but there is no money. So the money needs to come from somewhere, and nobody is capable of answering that question. Where do the money come from? The answer is, there's going to be new jobs. There's going to be universal basic income. Yeah, but where the money come from? The universal basic income money, where they come from? So where comes from the tax of corporation. So we take, just say the number, okay? 50% of whatever they earn, this corporation, we go back here, and then the user give back the money. So basically there's zero money making. Okay, you remove 50%, you remake this 50%, what's the point? Okay, there's no money making here. So nobody's answering this question. There is no a true answer, because the business model that they're running on is broken. It's broken for the future of AI. It's broken for this total automation system. That there is two ways, of course. You can say, okay, let's stop it. Okay, let's stop this. It's not going to stop. We already know nobody wants to stop it. The money don't want to stop it, so it's not going to stop. So there is that part, and then there is let's build a different business model, kind of idea. And there are a lot of people suggesting not business model, more like a new economic system, but no really one explain how this thing actually works. There are, no, in honesty, there's people trying to, okay, but it's a theory. Okay, there's a lot of theory. What I'm suggesting here is practice. It's practice. Okay, let's build it. Let's build it. I'm building it. There is something already there. There is a community. We are building it. This is co-ownership, and there is a token economy that is beautiful that runs this, and there is a really clear path from where we are now to where we are going to be. Okay, join the next Wednesday call. So first of all, like and subscribe this video. Let's push it. Okay, share this video. Comment and let me know what you what you want to, what you think about this. But also subscribe to the newsletter so you get notification for this. Join the Discord so you get part of this community. Try, if you already have OpenClaw, you can install Resonant OS on top. Okay, again, a lot of really strong functionality to help this OpenClaw to work at a completely higher level. Then you are co-owner. It's that simple. Think that Resonant OS is in alpha version. So we are building on top of something that is still developing. Okay, OpenClaw is an alpha version, let's say. We build on top of an alpha version. So the whole thing, it's an alpha. So understand that part. Okay, this is how the AI is going to probably always been, okay, for many years, because the acceleration is so fast that things need to be implemented and work and tested in real time. And that means nothing is extremely solid. Everything is moving and updating on a daily basis. So every day I keep updating this Resonant OS, adding functionality, fixing bugs, and so on. The community that also start participating. So this thing is gonna grow in a way that is gonna be amazing. Now, it's why I'm sharing this. Okay, 500 people are not enough. No, we are. On one side, we can say it's enough. There is a lot of attention and participation and so on. But the new business model is much bigger. Okay, this is much bigger. That is where we need more people inside. Okay, we need this to change the direction on where we are at the moment. So if you are interested in this, join us. Thanks for staying until the end, and see you on the next video, which I think is there. Ciao.